All right, guys, so let's go ahead and move into section 2.2, which is points on the coordinate plane. So last video we talked about the sections and sort of locations around the coordinate plane and understanding how it works. But let's start plotting points, because once we start plotting points, we can plot lines, and we can do a whole bunch of cool stuff after that. So let's continue on. Let's talk about what makes up a point and what the point actually means. So let's grab green here. So we have an ordered pair here. We have x comma y, and if you ever get tripped up to figure out which comes first, think alphabetically. X is the horizontal axis, remember. We have y being the vertical axis. Okay, so x comma y. We have a number comma another number. It tells us a location on this coordinate plane, because we're moving in 2 dimensions. We need to know how far up and how far left and right we need to go, or down. Okay, so the x coordinate represents the distance left or right. Left or right. And left, if we go left, if you remember from last video, I put some of these numbers over here. These are the negative numbers. So left is negative. Right is positive. Okay? So we have left and right. So if we move left, we are going in the negative direction. If you think of the number line, we're going in that negative direction if we go to the left as well. Same thing here. The x, if you think about x and y as just separate number lines, that when we collide them, we are looking at their location of shifting up, down, left, right. Right? Right. Okay, so the y coordinate is then up or down. So the distance up or down. So we're moving up, and that's a positive direction. So if you think about elevation, if I start going up, I'm going in the positive direction. I'm increasing my height. And if I start going down, that is going to be our negative direction. So if we go negative, say that we dig a hole, we are going negative feet in the ground, right? So we have down is negative, up is positive. So hopefully you can start seeing this shifting. So if I go up and I go right, it's positive, right? So positive, positive. And that's where it brings into play where we were looking at the quadrants, where quadrant 1 is positive, positive, quadrant 3 is negative, negative for the ordered pairs. And again, hopefully you can start seeing that. So let's get into the actual plotting of these points. So remember, this is x comma y. So we are going to start with the x value, and we're going to figure out if we're moving left or right first. And then we're going to move up and down. So think of this as a 2-step process. We find the x, we find the y, and that's our ending spot. So we have a, which is 1 comma 4. So both of these are positive, positive, right? And I'm just going to review from last video a little bit. Positive, positive means that this is going to be in quadrant 1. So if I get a value that's not in this first quadrant, remember this is 1, this is 2, 3, and 4. If I do not get a value that's in quadrant 1 for the first one, or a point, I know that I graphed it wrong. So this is in quadrant 1, and I'm going to do left and right first, because that's our x value. So remember, it's a positive number, so we are going to the right. We are going to the right. And it's also a positive number, so we are going to go up. So we are going to go right and then up to get our ordered pair, or find our location on this graph. So we have 1, so we go over 1 and then up 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Boom. Right there. Right there. That is our ordered pair. This is letter A. This is letter A. So again, it's positive right 1, and then positive 4 up 4. So we go 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, and we find our ending location of this A. We always start from our origin, and that's where I said it's the center point. It's the focal point of our entire graph. It's where we're going to start every single time. So B, we have negative, negative, and I said before that negative, negative is going to be in our third quadrant, right? So in our third quadrant, this is where we should be. Negative 3. Now, negative means we are going left, left, and then we are going down. So we are going, and I could actually put this over here. We are going left, and then we are going down. This first one, I was going right and then up. So it's always left and right first, and then up and down second. So we're going to left 3, 1, 2, 3. These are in the negative direction. 1, 2, 3, and then we're going to go down 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Boom. Right there. This is our B point. All right. What I want you to do is go ahead and pause the video, see if you can figure out the rest of these 4, and then I'm going to actually show you what the answers are, and then we can move on to the next section. So again, pause the video. I highly encourage you. I'm going to stop the video and restart with the answers on here. In 5, 4, 3, 2. Okay, and there you have it. There are the answers. You can check to see if you got the same thing as I did. If we look here, there's a couple ones that may have tripped you up. This C and this F. The C and F, they have zeros as one of their values. Now, if you remember from last video, remember zeros indicate that we're going to be on one of our two axes, right? So I really want you to think about this. Our 0, if we have it first, that means x is 0. That means that I didn't go left or right. Right? Correct. I didn't go left or right, so I haven't moved. So if you have a 0 value as your x, you are on the y-axis. So we are on the y-axis for this problem. Likewise, if I have a 0 for my y, I am on the x-axis because I didn't go up or down for my y value. So I'm still on that x-axis. I haven't moved anywhere up and down. So just keep that in mind. You can check your work again, and we're going to move on. All right, so now let's say that we do it backwards. We have these points plotted on the graph. We need to actually write out their ordered pair counterparts. Okay, so we're just going to do this process in reverse. And let me go ahead and get a different pen, a little bit more legible to see. So we're going to look at this A. So A, we're trying to get to this point from this point. And I can't move diagonally. That'd be really nice. I could just skip all these over here. So I need to move left and right and then up and down. Again, we need to move in straight lines. We can't move diagonally. So we are going to get there by moving across this horizontal axis first. And again, that will give us our x value, whatever that value is. So I need to move over so I'm in line with this A. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But remember, this is in the negative direction, so it is -6. So -6, and if we think back, you can see the instructions up above. If we move negative direction or we move left, it's going to be a negative value. So we move left, it's -6, and we're going to move up, and up is positive. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 from that point, so this is 5. So -6, 5 is our final answer. And to sort of track this across, if I was walking here, I can only move in straight lines. Boom, I hit this wall, I need to move up, and that was the path that I took to calculate what I have. Okay, in this next point, what we're going to do is, again, we're starting at the origin. We always start here. We're going to stay here, actually, for our x. We can't move left and right. So I said before, if we can't move, this is a 0. This is a 0. We haven't moved anywhere. And we're just going to go up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So if we just go up, that is a value of 5 for our y value. Okay, go ahead and pause the video. I'm going to reveal the answers here in about 5, 4, make sure you pause the video, 3, 2, and... All right, well, that's it. You can go ahead and take a look at those answers. And just, again, to note those special cases of the axes ones, make sure that you just think to yourself, okay, did I move in the y or the x direction? If not, it's just going to be a 0. So again, you start from the origin. You got to count out until you get to your destination point, which is, in this case, A through F. So check those answers. If you have any questions, make sure to see me or another teacher or somebody who knows what they're doing. All right, thanks for watching. This is Mr. Corbin. I'll catch you later.